So, hello and good morning. This is the Walk Off. I'm Scott Belford. Pretty excited about today's episode. It is a very special episode as we were able to sit down with the newly acquired Charles McAdoo. That name might sound familiar to some of you because he was the prospect the Blue Jays acquired in the Isaiah Kiner-Falefa trade with the Pirates back July 30th at the deadline. IKF and cash considerations was sent to Pittsburgh for their, at the time, number 20 prospect, Charles McAdoo. Although Charles has had an incredible season and his stock has really risen. So we sat down with him for about 20 minutes. He was a little short on time. We were thrilled that he was generous and sat down with us. So we'll take what he gave us. I will give you a little heads up here that his representation joined for a little while. So while you're watching this on YouTube, on the video, you're going to see their screens just pop up out of nowhere. They don't say anything. They don't unmute their video. You can't see them. They're just there. So if you're wondering what the heck, who are these guys? What's going on when you're watching it? That is the case. And if you're watching on audio, well, then none of this is even going to make sense. You're not even going to notice any of it at all. So without further ado, this is currently the number 8 ranked prospect in the Blue Jays system playing for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats, Charles McAdoo. Enjoy the interview. Hello and welcome to the Walk Off, everybody. I'm Scott Belford. Very excited for a special episode today. We're being joined by our guest, infielder and outfielder for the Toronto Blue Jays organization, currently suiting up for the AA New Hampshire Fisher Cats, Charles McAdoo. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Scott. Appreciate being here.
Hey, honestly, man, big year for you this season. You have had a very successful season so far, and as if that's not enough, you are now a member of the Toronto Blue Jays. So welcome.
Thank you.
Buddy, that had to have been a whirlwind. New Hampshire is the third jersey you've actually worn to this year. It's kind of funny because you get that call up to Double A, and it's very exciting, but you didn't really have any time to kind of adjust and settle into your new environment because you were traded literally like 6 weeks later. But your numbers show that you're pretty good at Double A. Are you feeling comfortable at the new level?
I first getting there, I was a little nervous. Didn't know what to expect necessarily. I've heard stories about like, oh, pitchers are better, but like at first I was a little shaky. Okay, I'm nervous might not be the right word, but I mean I was a little on edge, wondering what was going to be different. But as time went on, I got more and more settled in.
Are you settled into Manchester yet?
I think so for the short time I was here, because we go off or away one week and then home one week. But I think we may have had a back-to-back away when I first got here. I may be wrong, but I believe so. But like, I mean, I've only been here for like three weeks. Haven't really got time to explore anything like that.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I know you've probably told the story a million times since it happened here. I mean, it's one of the biggest things to happen in your life, obviously, to this date in baseball. Curious what it was like being traded. And if you can kind of take us through how you found out, and then even to expand on that, kind of the 12 to 24 hours afterwards and how that all played out for you.
Well, I was about to like go out to the field and start warming up, and you know, and they called me in the office when I was in my locker, just about to get my stuff ready and get out there, and they called me in the office, asked me if I had a minute. I was like, yeah, I got a minute. I thought they were gonna talk to me about like fielding, because it was the infield court or the infield guy. You walk in the office, somebody's on the phone. It's the minor league coordinator. He's like, "Are you sitting down?" I'm like, "No, I ain't even sitting down for an infield conversation." And sit down. He's like, "You've been traded." And I'm like, "Huh?" "You've been traded to the Toronto Blue Jays." And I'm like, "Huh? What?" I was just so shocked, confused, and perplexed. It was such an odd feeling. I didn't know what to feel. It was kind of like a blank stare.
Honestly, Charles, I can't even imagine the avalanche of emotions that had to have gone through your mind there because I mean, there's the one aspect of like this is the team that drafted you. This is the team that's developed you. This is the team you know and are comfortable with. You have friends in the system. You are comfortable with your teammates. And then on the other side of things, there's a team that targeted you, right? Like the Blue Jays obviously wanted you. I can imagine that there was just like a plethora of stuff dealing you were dealing with that day.
Yeah, I mean, like the biggest thing was I had to get out the locker room to get all my stuff back to my little apartment and get my life all packed up again in like 3 or 4 bags.
Yeah. I mean, you would already packed up in June from Greensboro, correct? So like do you kind of feel like you've just been moving all year long?
Yeah, yeah, I do. I feel like I've been moving a fair amount all year long.
Tell me about this season. And what I'm about to say next, I mean with the utmost respect, all right? But you were drafted in the 13th round, but this season your stock has really risen. And I mean, one of the reasons the Blue Jays sought you out is how much you have developed over 2024. How are you feeling about the season? And I'm curious, like, what your goals were going into it, like coming out of spring training, and if you're kind of feeling happy with where you're at right now.
Um, Sorry, say the first part again. Sorry.
No, no, no. I just know that like, again, it's not that like being drafted at all is obviously such an accomplishment, but you were drafted in the 13th round. There wasn't a ton of fanfare, but in this season, my goodness, you have really developed and your stock has risen. One of the reasons why the Blue Jays sought you out. How are you feeling about your season and what were your goals kind of going into it? Are you happy with where you're at right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about the season. Like, I mean, this is my first full professional season. I expected it to be long. I was told it was going to be a grind. The first one's always a grind. Um, I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I know I played it. I played a few different levels, but I mean, I'm feeling pretty good. Going into the year, I just wanted to be as consistent as possible and just try to stay healthy and or yeah, healthy as it can, playing over
Yeah.
100 games. But no little nicks and bruises are always gonna pop up every once in a while. But just gotta use the offseason to prepare for it, and feel like I did a pretty good job at doing that so far.
Well, you're a versatile guy. I know when it comes to the positions you play, you have reps at, I mean, you're primarily second, third, and right field is where most of them are, but you've even played some left, you've even played some first. Is there a position you consider your natural position? Is there a position where you feel a little more comfortable at?
Oh, I would say my natural position is shortstop,
Okay,
but I
okay.
haven't played shortstop since I was 17.
Are
Oh man.
you it's interesting when you talk about outfield because fans have this idea sometimes that left, right, it's all the same. And I know that you've played primarily right field of the two positions here, but you do have some reps in left. What are some of the major differences? And is it as easy as just if you can play one, you can play the other?
Um, I would say yeah, yes and no. I mean, I feel like a lot of balls get hit harder to left field for some reason. I don't know why that is, but lefties and righties hit the ball a lot harder to left field. I've definitely seen some rockets come at me in left field, but in right,
Right.
it's more like I have to like run for balls usually in the gaps toward like down the line. I don't feel like that I don't feel like I have to use my legs as much in left field because the center field is usually shaded over. to left center most of the time. I don't know why, but I feel like I have to do less running in left field. But in right field, I got to do a little bit more running. So I would say, yeah, if you could play one, you could play both. You just gotta be able to read a ball off a bat.
Yeah. Yeah. It's reading the routes, I guess, eh?
Yeah.
Um, so Charles, stolen bases have become such a big part of the game, especially since the rule changes. And I mean, we've seen an increase in the major leagues over the last couple of years. We've obviously seen an increase in the minor leagues. You're at 21 on the season between A and double A. I'm curious, how much time do you put into the stolen base side of your game? Is this an aspect that you put a lot of concentration on? What are you looking for when you are looking to steal a base? You're on first or second. What are you watching from the pitcher to know when you get your jump?
It's more of the pitcher's timing. If I'm in rhythm with the pitcher, it makes it easier for me to take a bag. And I mean, double A pitchers are a lot better at holding runners, so it's a little bit more difficult for me. But I mean, just being in rhythm with the pitcher. If I'm in rhythm with the pitcher, I feel like it's easier for me to steal a bag at least off them.
So there's guys you just pick up on it a little easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are there ever times when you're, let's say, late in a game, you need a run where you're just like, "Okay, I'm going to be a little riskier on the base path"?
That depends. It always depends on the where we are in the lineup. So, like what the game's been going like. If we've been hitting a bunch and I'm on first base and I don't want to run ourselves out of an inning. I'll just stay put and then, like if it's a good hitter, a hot hitter, I'll stay put because I mean I'm in scoring position if he's a good hitter, no matter where I am. So I
Do
mean
you like stealing bases? Like, is it something that you get a little bit of a thrill out of?
oh yeah, absolutely. It's fun, especially stealing thirds. Super fun. Because then if they make a bad throw, you're walking into home.
Kind of that competitive vibe between you and the pitcher, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
I love that, man. I love that. So baseball, I mean, we're well aware, Charles, hard work, right? It's just a lot of training. There's a lot of mental side of the game, but there's also like so much coaching and development that goes into it. So I'm curious, who are some of the coaches when you look back on your pro career to date that have kind of helped you with your development? Are there anybody that like stands out in your development?
I mean, it goes back to when I was younger. Coach coached me for. I mean, he still like coaching me a little bit now. It's 14 years, some 14 years, something like that. His name Ed Martin. He got me when I was super young, and helped me get to high school ball, and then
Yeah.
I got David Jeans in high school ball. Help me get through high school, and then help me get through get to college. Help me out getting to college. Then I had Brad Sanfilippo. I had head coach and Thomas Walker, Logan Denholm. They all played a big part and helped me perform in college. And then I get to pro ball. Got John Tucker, Kalen Smith, all these guys just working with me. Quentin Brown. It's all these guys just like played like like roles in my development throughout the years.
That's really interesting that it's like almost every sliver of life in baseball, there was somebody that was pretty important. Where did you meet Ed? Was he just like little league coach type of thing? Like, where did that come about?
He was my brother's coach when
Okay.
we were younger, yeah, and I was around when my my brother stopped playing. He stopped coaching for a little bit. Then I think ended up being around the age that he needed to coach, and he ended up coaching me. And you know, I just got lucky having a good coach when I was younger.
Yeah, it's funny what a big difference it does make, eh? Having that push when you're younger.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Charles, curious how much you knew about the Blue Jays when you got traded, because I'm guessing who was your team growing up?
The Oakland A's.
The Oakland A's. Oh man. Well, condolences. And I'm curious then, were you aware of much about the Toronto Blue Jays before getting traded?
I mean, I knew they were in Canada. I knew
Yeah.
they had pretty good players in the past. Because they're in the same division as the A's, right? Yeah.
They're in the AL East. So
Okay.
the A's are the West.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when I was like 12 or 13, I think I went to an A's game with my class and they were playing the Blue Jays and I was seeing Jose Reyes hit and
Nice.
Edwin Encarnacion, Jose Bautista. I'm like, whoa, these guys are really good at baseball.
Okay, let's just test your knowledge just a little bit here. Just a little
Okay.
bit. We've got a couple questions for you. Um, the Blue Jays have won how many World Series?
4.
I love that, but it's two. Okay, so in 1993, the Blue Jays won the World Series off a walk-off home run against the Philadelphia Phillies, hit by who?
Oh, I saw this playing in the Hall of Fame. I think his number was like 33, right?
29.
Yeah, I definitely don't know.
That is amazing. Okay, Joe Carter. But Charles, this is going to help you in the end, buddy. All right. So, like, I know it doesn't seem good right now, but when you go to Toronto and everyone's like, he knows the Jays, you can accredit it back to this. All right, last one. I think you're gonna get this one. I think you're gonna get this one. Baseball embraces letting the kids play, or at least they say they do. But it took this Blue Jays legendary bat flip back in 2015's Division Series to really open the floodgates.
Yep, I don't know. That's Jose Bautista. I watched that one
Nice,
about
we
a
got
bajillion
one there.
times.
Yeah, we got one there. All right. Honestly, Charles, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I know you're short on time here. Can we get to a few listener questions? Do you have a few more minutes here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Amazing. That's what we'll do then. So this one is from Janet Forster in Saskatoon. So just so you're aware of, that's the thing with the Blue Jays, is you're going to have the whole country who are a bunch of fanatics following you. So Saskatoon is in Saskatchewan, which is just above Montana, to kind of put
Oh,
things into place there for you. So Janet goes, "Hey Charles, welcome to the Blue Jays. Really glad you're coming on the show. Now that you have had a month to see what the Blue Jays system is like, what is the biggest difference between the Pirates system and the Blue Jays?"
um,
3 weeks probably isn't enough time.
yeah, I mean, I've only been in new like double A part of the organization.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, there isn't too much of a difference. It's just like some of the wording the Blue Jays uses is a little different than what the Pirates would use. That's really all I can say right now.
Yeah.
I really can't tell.
I'm guessing that they're just letting you play right now, right? Like they're not really getting their fingers in your what's going on and changing anything yet, just kind of taking a picture of what's going on. Yeah. Nice. All right. This next one is from Jason right here in Toronto. He says, "Hey, Charles, love your coming on the podcast. What's your nickname? Are you a Chuck guy around the clubhouse? Or do folks just call you McAdoo? Or is there another less obvious nickname?"
Yeah, I don't I don't not a lot of people know this, but I don't like Chuck. Um, I mean, I like everything else is up for grab. Big Mac, Mac, Lil
Yeah.
Mac. Yeah, whatever. Charles, Charlie.
Yeah. Don't call me Chuck. I like
Yeah.
that. All right. So, everyone listening, put that in your Rolodex. You do not call him Chuck. All right. By the way, McAdoo, like, it's such a great last name. It really is. It's kind of like, it reminds me, you're probably too young for these Simpsons references, but when Superintendent Chalmers would yell at Principal Skinner and he'd be like, "Skinner!" You could be like, "McAdoo!"
Yeah, yeah.
All right, my guy. Again, really appreciate you taking the time to join us here. We got one last question and we'll let you get on with your day here. This is from Matt in our Discord from here in Toronto. He goes, "Hey, Charles, happy you're a Blue Jay. Welcome. Curious if you have a favorite drink when you go out on the town. You a beer guy, cocktail? What's your bevy?"
That's funny you ask because I don't think I've had a drink going out. As a matter of fact, I don't have a preference. I mean, usually when I go out, I'm driving somebody else's car, so I would go with a water or Coke.
Nice.
Yeah,
You're the DD.
yeah,
Bring bring Charles along. He'll drive.
yeah. Got to make sure that don't have to hop in an Uber. Pay for Uber.
Save those bucks.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. All right. Charles, honestly, really appreciated you taking the time out of your day. I know that you have no obligation to do this sort of thing here, but it is truly appreciated. We're rooting for you. All the best with the rest of the season, and hopefully I can bug you later on down the road, twist your arm to come back maybe next season.
Awesome. Sounds good. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.